What's up, everybody? Ben Razzie here for OddsShopper, bringing you my favorite bet of the day. It is Friday. It is April 14th in the sports world. As always, a lot of things are in flux. The NHL regular season is winding down. The NBA playoffs are heating up. Baseball goes on forever. Golf has teed off. A lot to get to here. I've looked at the board, picked the game, and try to cash a ticket. That's what we do here. If you just joined us for the first time at OddsShopper, welcome aboard. All things betting, free content. You like what you see, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Yesterday, we went to the Diamond with the Cardinals, and they scored no runs. That's a problem. Shout out to Vince Velasquez. Maybe he watched the video. If he did, I hope he hit the like button, but he may have heard us. He pitched a gem for him. They blanked him. What can you say? Pirates took care of business. They didn't put up a ton of runs, but obviously the Cardinals couldn't get anything going, so we got a rebound from that, and that's what we're going to do today. In addition, always want to bring up what is going on across the industry, and Bet365 has been sponsoring this video for quite some time. And that means if you're lucky enough to be in New Jersey, Colorado, Virginia, or Ohio, you can get $200 in bonus bets just by clicking the link below. By signing up, depositing 10, and claiming your offer, you turn in a single dollar into $200. Can't say it any simpler than that. You got to be 21 plus. You got to play responsible. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. We're going to the NBA playoffs. The second batch of play-in games, the Thunder, the Timberwolves. Who do we choose? Well, I do kind of like the Thunder in the game, but I like the over 228.5 even more than a side, and that is where I'm going today. So let's talk about where these teams have been, what's going on. So the Thunder, really impressive. First of all, I think everyone realizes the Thunder are going to be good sooner rather than later. They go into New Orleans. They emerge 123 to 118 in a wild back and forth game. Giddey was fantastic. SGA was fantastic. Obviously got some contributions elsewhere. They shoot an elite clip from the free throw line. I'll get to that in a second. They were not afraid. They were not intimidated. They were ready for the moment, and they played great and cashed as a money line underdog if you had them. On the other side, the Timberwolves, I don't know really what to say. They took the Lakers deep, took them to overtime, lost in LA in a game they were not supposed to win. They had the drama with Rudy Gobert. He looks like he's going to play. I haven't seen perfect confirmation. I would be stunned if he does not. He's going to play. Let's be real. Regardless, Anthony Edwards was terrible in that game, 3 of 17. They've got to be better, but it's still a Timberwolves team that now gets a home game. That obviously is going to help, and they still have a ton of talent when I look at this team. But again, rather than taking a side, rather than breaking this down, I just look at these teams, and I think both of them stylistically are going to be very comfortable in a game that favors the over. So first things first, both teams like to get up and down. They're both top 5 in possessions per game in the season. So they a lot of possessions. Again, fast break points. They're both in the top half for fast break points per game. They like to get the ball, push it, and get going. If both of those teams are apt to do that, we're going to get into a situation where this gets up and down, it gets back and forth. The points are just going to be there. Looking at the metrics, there's a ton of stuff to point out. You can find all sorts of splits. And if you're looking for 3-point percentage and defense and paint percentage and effective shooting percentage, blah, 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 there's a lot to point in both directions. Things that I like, Oklahoma City in particular is an amazing free throw shooting team. They shoot over 80% from the line. That is key in these playoff games. They knock them down. Both of these teams average a lot of, over 115 points per game during the season. It just really screams to me that they're going to be comfortable. I know in the playoffs, defense travels a little more. These teams take it more seriously for obvious reasons. But I do think the offensive firepower on both sides of this game really leads itself to mirroring what we just saw with the Thunder in particular. We saw that crazy game with New Orleans. New Orleans is a team that is not afraid to get up and down. And I think that's how kind of Minnesota will play tonight. So close game, competitive game. First to 125 wins this game, hopefully, in that type of situation. I think this could really get up and down. Last thing I will say, though, the only caveat, it's the NBA. There's crazy ebbs and flows to these games. If you want to wait, you can probably get in live. If they don't start fast, you could shave a couple points off this total, no problem. Maybe you steal them, but you also run the risk of not being able to get in at all. So for me, over 228.5 at minus 110 is where I want to go. Last thing before I leave you guys, if you want more bets, because there are so many games during the weekend. They're already populating all over OddsShopper Premium. You see them here, a ton of props. Baseball, there will be hockey. There will be plenty and plenty of stuff. If you want a free week of this, it's a great time to do it. The link is below. Again, come in for free for a week, test it out, see what you think, hopefully make some money with the NBA playoffs getting underway. But appreciate each and every one of you guys. Have a great weekend. If I don't talk to you, if you're doing some things, if you have any questions, you can follow me at JazzRazDFS. But for tonight, the Thunder and the T-Wolves over 228.5 is on the board. There you have it. Have a great Friday ahead. Enjoy the games. And of course, stay tuned for even more content each and every day here at OddsShopper.